Have you ever heard of Dr. Sebi? This one video right here will wake you up.
Now, I have embarked on organic, electric agriculture. And what is that? Well, what I'm going to do, if you plant a tomato plant or an okra plant or cucumber or broccoli, these plants are artificial plants. They cannot send their root into the soil and extract from the soil the minerals because they're hybrid. They are non-electrical. They only could use the sun rays and the wind, the water. They cannot convert the minerals from the soil into a food. That could only be done by a natural plant that is non-starch. That process is called, the conversion is called iontrophoresis, according to Edward Schultz. Iontrophoresis is the process in which you convert from a solid to a liquid. That could only be done by a natural plant. But since an okra is artificial, so are tomatoes and cucumbers and broccoli, what I'm going to do, knowing that they have the ability to absorb water, to digest water, then I'm going to boil the natural plants, which are electrical, and feed them that and electrify that plant.
So what are natural plants? What are natural vegetables?
All natural vegetables are those that you find in the forest. I know some from Africa, the cancansa, the marula, the judia, the popa, the sia. In Honduras, I know the guaco, the contrivo, the hombre grande, the sarsaparilla, and many more. So I know plants from all over the world because I travel. So what I'm going to do is boil them, remove the energy, which is electrical, and feed that to your natural plants because they do have the ability to suck up moisture, and there you electrify the plant. I've done it already.
Say electrical, how does that come in with our understanding? Are we electrical people? If I want to change, and many people out here want to change how they're living against nature and become in balance with nature, what would we do?
Electric food. You ask if we are electrical. Mm-hmm. If we were not electrical, if we weren't electrical, we would not be able to move. Mm-hmm. Just by the movement of our heart, the palpitation of the heart, which is 6,000 pounds per square inch pressure. It's pushing again. What moves the heart? There could be no movement unless that movement is electrical. So the food should be electrical, which is nutrition. Food we all eat. You know what is food? McDonald's, some Cheerios, that's food. And some rice and beans, that's food. But nutrition is electrical, and there's a difference.
So what is a whole food? What would you say a food that includes all the minerals that we need in one?
Everything that is natural.
Something.
Okay, right now, we eat quinoa as a grain, teff as a grain, amaranth as a grain, also the other one which is the spelt as a grain. These are grains. The African have a grain that is natural, and a very good one. The Dogons used to eat it. A Frenchman wrote about it. Fonio. Fonio is good. Fonio is natural, not starch.
What does fonio look like?
Fonio is a small little grain that looks like quinoa. We had some with the president of Guinea.
Is it white?
Is it white? The secretary to the president,
It's white, the grain?
It's white, and it's very good. So now, that's the grain, because we like grains, right? We like to feel full.
And then the vegetable.
And the vegetable now, you could eat any of the leafy green vegetables. They aren't going to nourish you. The only one going to nourish you that is green is lamb squatters and dandelion. The Texas mustard and the colored greens and all that stuff doesn't have any nourishment because they were all made. Now, you could eat them. They would not offer as much injury to you as would do garlic or anything like potatoes, which is starch. In the meat part, you could select from the mushrooms. You could eat portobello mushrooms. You could also eat the oyster mushrooms. And you could eat the chow as meat.
But excuse me, don't they say mushrooms is a fungus?
Well, that's what they say. A fungus is something that eats away on you and on things. Mushroom does not eat away on anything. Mushrooms are the product of the mycelium network. They come to the earth and they are very alkaline. Below 7 on the pH scale is acid, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And the lower you go on the scale, the more acid the substance. Garlic is 3.3. Cow milk is 6. At least cow milk is not as bad as garlic. And everybody thinks that garlic is a cure for the body. Now, if you go above 7, 8, 9, 10 to 14, that's alkali. Now we are talking about...
What things are we talking about when we say alkali?
Alkali means electric food. Anything that is alkali is non-starch. It's electrical.